Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It is Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today is the last day of my Eastern Palace series. I hope you have enjoyed seeing a new project every day this week using the Eastern Palace suite of products which have been released early by Stampin' Up. If you haven't already seen how you can get your hands on it, I do have a video, so I'll link to that below and you can see how you can get how you can order all of these new products a little bit early. This is today's project. Isn't it beautiful? It is a really good size gift box. It's 4 by 4 inches by 1.5 inches deep, and the lid slides on and off like that. I've lined it with a bit of matching designer series paper, and I just think it is a really beautiful, very opulent gift box which kind of just speaks to the essence of the Eastern Palace suite. So let's get on and I'll show you how you make it. I'm going to start with 2 pieces of cardstock. This is Dapper Denim, and Dapper Denim does come in the Eastern Palace cardstock pack. One measures 7 by 7 and the second one measures a tiny bit smaller than 7 by 7. And that will just make sure that the lid slides on and off. If you want to be exact, I'd say it's probably an 1/8 of an inch, sorry, not an 1/8 of an inch, a 1/16 of an inch smaller than the other. So we're going to get this scoreboard out. Let me just move that off to one side so I can fit this in. All the dimensions will be over on craftycarolinecreates.com, so do pop over there if you don't write them down fast enough. So all we're going to do with both pieces of cardstock is exactly the same, and we are going to score them at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. 1.5, and our last one at 1.5. Okay, we're going to bring the next sheet of cardstock in, and we're going to do exactly the same, 1.5 on all 4 sides. Okay, there we go. That is all of our scoring done for today, so let's pop our scoreboard away. And we'll just quickly fold and burnish all of those score lines. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos. I've really enjoyed actually playing and making a lot of projects using one suite. So I think it is something that if you've enjoyed it, let me know, and I will definitely do it again and feature a suite on a series of projects. Or do you prefer it when it's a bit different every time I share a project? Which do you prefer? Let me know and leave me a comment. So all I'm doing now is I'm just cutting each of the flaps on each of the corners of these boxes and just notching them out. This is this very simple box making technique. Okay, put this to one side, and we'll do the same with the other piece. There we go. Ooh. And our last one, just coming up there like that. Okay. Now to build these up, very straightforward. You have probably seen me do this many times before. So we're just going to put a bit of fuse, there we go, on each of the flaps. And the last one is here. Okay, I'm going to just fold those up, press those down. Okay, so that is one of our boxes done, and we'll do exactly the same on this piece here. And if we've got our measurements right, one should slip very easily inside the other, and it does beautifully. Okay, so now what we are going to do is do some decorating of the box, and we need to do a bit of die cutting first. I'm just going to grab the Big Shot. Okay, so here it comes, and I have my magnetic platform in place, and we are going to use a combination of dies today. We're going to use the Easter Medallion thinlets, which you've seen me using all week, and they are fantastic. We are going to use this one, which looks like a bit of a sunflower. I've seen this used to make flowers lots. And we are going to use this one, which is one of the smaller ones that layers up with this one. And it has some lovely holes in it. It's not a very good way of describing it. So I'm going to start with some of my gold foiled cardstock, and we're going to cut that out. Just push that on a little bit so I don't take the tripod out with my Big Shot handle. Oh, still managed to knock it, didn't I? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that out, and you will see that this this shape, when it pops out, it doesn't fully cut it out. You can see it's still in the card. So you can use this to make some beautiful card shapes. So we will just use our snips in a second to cut that out. The other thing I wanted to show you is that these medallion thinlets work really well with the layering circle thinlets. So if I just grab a piece of Dapper Denim cardstock, let's push this back through. There we go. A bit of Dapper Denim cardstock, and just pop that thinlet on there. Now we know that these don't cut out, they just cut the lacy pattern in. But if I bring in one of my layering circle thinlets, that fits perfectly around it. So we'll get a pattern and we'll cut out our circle. Very clever stuff, actually. Very clever. So let's pop that in, and we're just going to run this through. Nearly popping out the other side. I'm just going to go back through, and let me show you what we have created. So basically we get something that looks like this. Just drop it. Beautiful. So it's cut out. So the medallion dies, the Eastern medallion dies, cuts out that beautiful fretwork pattern, and then the layering circle die pops it out completely. The last bit of die cutting we are going to do is I'm going to take a piece this time of Tranquil Tide cardstock, still getting used to those names, and these are the gorgeous Easter Medallion epoxy stickers. Let me just grab a piece of cardstock to put behind there so you can see how beautiful these are. I think I said in another video that I've used these so much more than I ever thought I would, and you can see just layering on that cardstock how beautiful they look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of them. I'm going to take this one, this big star. I'm just going to pop that down on my cardstock, and then again I'm going to take one of my layering circle dies that fits perfectly around there, and then I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. Let me just make sure you got that lined up nicely. I think that's about right. Pop that on the top, and then we're going to go through the Big Shot. And there we go. Very nice. Okay, so that's all our die cutting done. So I'm just going to put the Big Shot away. Okay, and as I said, let me just make a bit of space here. This is my my shape that we cut out, but this one isn't cut out, and you could put the layering circle frame around it. But what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to use my paper snips and just snip between each of those petals, and it will pop out very easily for you. Okay, there we go. Now we can just start layering this up. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of here. And that's going to go on here. Just like that. Then this piece I'm going to take, these are the tassels again that come in. This is the Premier bundle, so if you're getting the dies you will get these tassels. Let me just grab one of the golds. You've got Tranquil Tide, Fresh Fig and beautiful sort of gold. And I'm just going to use a glue dart on the back of here. There we go, a glue dart. They have unravelled completely, that's why I didn't want to show you them. I'm just going to stick that down in the centre, just like that. And put a dimensional on here. Let's just check the orientation. I'm going to put this towards the top so that it will sit over the tassel. Okay, and that's going to go on there like that. Very bling, very bling. All that's left to do to decorate our box is we are going to apply some Designer Series paper. Again, this is the Eastern Palace Designer Series paper, using a slightly different pattern to the one I showed you in the example. So I have two pieces that measure 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then I have 4 pieces that measure 3 3/4 by 1 1/4 inches. We're just going to stick these on the sides. So firstly, I'm going to pull out my box. You see, it's a little bit difficult to pull it out, but we will make it easier in just a second. I'm going to take one of my pieces of DSP, put that beautiful lemon lime twist on the other side. And I'm just going to stick this down in the middle of my box, like that. Okay, and then on our lid we are going to do the same. So we're just going to put some Tombow on the back, and then this is going to go in the centre of our lid. Okay, then a little piece on each of these bits of DSP, and we're just going to stick those onto each side. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to keep these so that the pattern goes the same way all the way around. Go, and last one here. You can be a bit better at applying your Tombow. Go back and stick these on a bit better, I think. Okay, so that is our box decorated, and the last thing to do is we're just going to pop this up in the centre. Very opulent, very bling, isn't it? Very not my normal style, actually. I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back of there. That is going to stick on centrally like that. And there's one last thing to do. I have my 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and once you've stuck your DSP down, just give that a second to stick down. Go on 2 sides. I'm going to just by eye cut out about half of my circle, and that will just give me a nice little finger hole to help me take off the lid, which we can just pop back on there, just like that. Beautiful. Really like those boxes. Hopefully you do too. If you have any questions, if there's anything I can help, or you would like to order any Stampin' Up products, it would be my absolute pleasure to help. So please do not hesitate to get in touch. Pop over to craftycarolinecreates.com. And yeah, I'll leave me a comment below, and I will see you next week with some projects that are not Eastern Palace, but hopefully you have enjoyed this week. Okay, and all that's left for me to say, I guess, is have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.